welcome to the deep dive. Today we're tackling something huge: English fluency. It feels like this massive goal for so many people, right?
Absolutely.
And you might be thinking, can I really see big progress in just a month? Well, our research suggests, yeah, pretty strongly, yes. It's not about magic, though. It's strategy.
Exactly. Strategy and consistency.
We're here to give you that shortcut, basically. A clear, step-by-step, 30-day plan based on what actually works. Okay, let's unpack this.
Yeah, let's do it. Because, what we found, looking at tons of learners and the methods out there, is that 30 days is actually a really powerful window.
Right. Not about perfection, but real progress.
Precisely. It's about building that confidence, getting your speaking to flow more naturally, much faster than people think is possible, actually. So our mission here is to boil down all that info into a really actionable 30-day plan, something anyone can follow, no matter your current level.
Okay.
We'll cover daily habits, how to build vocabulary smartly, and crucially, those mindset shifts. The stuff that really unlocks things.
Gotcha.
So if you've ever felt kind of stuck, maybe frustrated with your speaking, wondering how to break through, this deep dive is definitely for you.
Okay, but before we dive into the actual plan, the roadmap,
Yeah.
let's talk about why.
Yeah.
Why fluency? And maybe what does it actually mean?
It's a question.
Because I think a lot of learners, we get bogged down in grammar rules, memorizing word lists.
Oh, yeah. The endless lists.
Right. And those things have their place, sure. But fluency, that smooth, confident way of speaking, that's what really opens doors.
It really does.
Think about it. Better jobs, making friends across cultures, impressing people, just traveling without feeling totally lost or dependent.
Navigating the world.
But here's the thing, and our sources really hammer this home. So many people get stuck, paralyzed almost by that fear of mistakes, fear of not sounding perfect.
That fear is huge. It's probably the biggest roadblock, honestly.
Yep.
And it's so important to address that up front. What's really interesting is that fluency, when you dig into it, it's not just about knowing words or rules. It's more fundamental. It's about getting your ideas across clearly, naturally, without those super long pauses while you search for the right word.
Communicating effectively.
Exactly. And the confidence that comes from that. It's transformative, professionally, socially, academically, all of it. And here's the key thing. Fluency doesn't mean perfection, at all. It doesn't mean zero accent either. It just means you can express yourself, people understand you, even with a few small mistakes here and there.
Which even native speakers make.
All the time. So it's a skill you build, a step by step. It's a process, not some endpoint you suddenly reach.
A journey.
Definitely. And for you, listening right now, maybe take a second. Why do you want fluency? What doors will it open? Keeping that why clear. That's your fuel.
That's a great point. Focus on communication, not perfection. That changes the game. Okay, so let's take that motivation, that why, and turn it into action. This is where it gets really interesting, right? The actual plan.
Yes. Let's map it out.
What's the structure of this 30-day roadmap we've distilled?
Okay, so it's built around 4 core pillars, things that consistently show up as effective for speeding up fluency.
4 pillars. Got it.
First, daily practice. And the key here is consistency. Not necessarily hours and hours, even just 15, 20 minutes a day, done right. Huge impact.
Okay, daily practice. What's next?
Second, vocabulary building. But strategically, we're talking useful phrases, not just random words. Think conversational building blocks.
Phrases, not just words. Makes sense.
Oh.
Third,
thinking in English. This one's a game changer. It cuts down hesitation massively because you stop translating in your head.
Bypassing the translation step. Crucial. And the last one.
And finally, pillar 4. Getting feedback. You absolutely need this to see your blind spots, fix errors, and build real confidence. It's non-negotiable, really.
Okay, daily practice, vocabulary phrases, thinking in English, and feedback.
Exactly. And over the next 30 days, you'll focus on these week by week with specific, doable tasks. Anyone can manage this if they commit.
Right, let's get specific then. Week 1, building that strong foundation. What's the absolute first step? What should people focus on?
Week 1 is all about input and initial output. So 2 main things: daily listening and some simple speaking practice.
Listening first. Why is that so fundamental?
Because your brain needs to absorb the sound of English first. The rhythm, the intonation, how words connect, it's like feeding it the raw materials.
Soaking it in?
Exactly. You need to hear natural speech patterns before you can really replicate them well. Your brain starts mapping it all subconsciously.
Okay, so not just having the TV on in the background then. How do you listen actively?
Great question. Passive helps a bit, but active is key. Use things like podcasts, hey, like this one, English songs, shows, YouTube with subtitles. But listen with focus. Notice pronunciation. How do words link together? Where's the stress in a sentence? Don't worry about understanding every single word at first. Just tune your ear to the music of English.
Like picking a short clip, maybe 30 seconds, and listening over and over.
Perfect example. Focus on different things each time. First rhythm, then maybe pronunciation of a specific sound.
Got it. And alongside listening, you mentioned simple speaking practice for week 1. What kind of exercises?
Okay, the big one here is shadowing. This is super effective.
Shadowing. Explain that.
Think of it like vocal mimicking. You listen to a short phrase or sentence from your podcast, whatever, and immediately repeat it aloud.
Immediately.
Yep. Try to match the speaker's tone, their speed, the ups and downs. It's like training the muscles in your mouth, your tongue, lips, jaw to make English sounds naturally.
Building muscle memory for speaking. I like that.
Exactly. It's retraining your mouth, not just your brain.
Makes total sense.
Yeah.
What else for speaking practice in week 1? I saw something about a daily speaking journal.
Yes. The speaking journal sounds simple, but it's really powerful for getting your brain to think in English.
How does talking to yourself help?
Because you're activating English in real time, but without pressure. Just say a few sentences out loud about your day. Okay, I woke up early today, made some coffee. Or, the weather looks nice. Might go for a walk later.
So you're practicing forming thoughts directly into spoken English?
Precisely. Even if it's simple stuff. Week 1 is about getting comfortable just producing sounds and basic sentences. Forget perfection. Just get the wheels turning.
Okay, so week 1, daily active listening, tune into the sounds, and simple speaking. Shadowing, daily journal, get comfortable making noise.
You got it. That lays the groundwork.
Fantastic. So foundation laid. How do we level up in week 2?
Week 2 is about building on that foundation. We focus on expanding vocabulary and, just as importantly, boosting your confidence to actually use it.
Vocabulary. Okay, but you mentioned earlier not just random words.
Exactly. Vocabulary is like, yeah, building blocks. But learning phrases is way more effective than isolated words. Our research really points to this.
That makes intuitive sense. Single words are fine, but phrases, they're like ready-made chunks, right?
Totally. They flow better. They often include grammar naturally. Instead of just happy, you learn, I'm feeling happy today. It's easier to plug into a conversation.
And it sounds more natural, less robotic.
Definitely. So how to learn these phrases? One good way is flashcards, but for phrases. Phrase on one side, meaning, or maybe a little picture on the other.
Okay, phrase flashcards, review them daily.
Yep, and say them out loud each time. Crucially, try to use the new phrases in your own sentences right away. Make them relevant to you.
Apply them immediately. What about actually practicing using them?
Great point. Role-playing comes in here. It's highlighted a lot in the sources.
Ah, yes, imaginary conversations.
Exactly. Practice situations. Ordering food, asking directions, small talk. It's a safe space to try out those new phrases without real-world pressure.
Okay, let's try a quick one. I'm the barista. You're ordering coffee.
All right, hit me.
Hi there. What can I get for you today?
Hi. Yes, I'd like a large iced latte, please, with oat milk if you have it.
Sure thing. Oat milk iced latte. Anything else? Maybe a pastry.
Ooh, tempting. Yeah, okay, I'll grab one of those almond croissants too. Thanks.
You got it.
See? Simple. But it gets you using those chunks of language. It might feel weird talking to yourself at first.
Yeah, maybe a bit.
But that awkwardness, that's growth. Don't fear mistakes. Every time you try a phrase, even if it's clunky, your brain is learning. Confidence builds with use.
Right. Embrace the awkwardness. Okay, week 2. Focus on useful phrases, use flashcards, apply them immediately, and practice with role-playing. Build that usable vocabulary and confidence.
Perfect summary.
Awesome. Now, week 3. This sounds like a big one. Thinking directly in English and speaking without fear. Our sources call this a major shift.
It really is. This is often where things click. The big problem for many is that constant translation habit. Think in native language, translate to speak.
Which is slow and causes hesitation.
Terribly slow. But when you train yourself to think directly in English, ideas flow straight to speech.
Yeah.
Much faster, much more natural.
Okay, so how do you start doing that? It sounds hard.
It takes practice, for sure. But a simple, powerful technique is to narrate your day internally in English.
Narrate your day, like in your head.
Yep, or even quietly out loud as you do things. Okay, I'm chopping onions now. This soup smells amazing. That cart is driving too fast. Describe what you see, do, feel.
Ah, so you're constantly activating English for everyday thoughts.
Exactly. It forces your brain to access English directly, bypassing translation for routine stuff.
Brilliant. And the second part of week 3, speaking without fear. Easier said than done sometimes.
It is, but it connects to the first point. If you focus on communication, just getting your message across rather than perfection, the fear shrinks.
It's okay to be understood, even if it's not grammatically flawless.
Absolutely. That's the goal. Let's try a quick exercise. You're looking at a park scene, maybe kids playing, someone walking a dog. Describe it just naturally, out loud. Don't filter. Go.
Okay, wow, the sun's really bright today. There's a dog, looks like a golden retriever chasing a frisbee. It looks so happy. And some kids are laughing over by the swings.
Perfect. See? You communicated the scene, didn't worry about complex sentences, just got the ideas out. That's the vibe for week 3. Speak freely. Mistakes will happen, but they'll decrease as you practice this more.
Got it. Week 3. Narrate your day to practice thinking in English and focus on communication over perfection to speak without fear. Powerful stuff.
It really unlocks fluency.
All right, listeners, great progress. We're at week 4, the final stretch of the 30-day plan. This week is about putting it all together, real practice and getting feedback.
Yes. Time to take all those skills, the foundation, the vocabulary, the direct thinking, and use them in real interactions. Our sources are clear. Practicing with real people is the ultimate test.
Friends, language partners, teachers.
Exactly. Real conversation is unpredictable. It forces you to adapt, understand different accents, respond spontaneously. It solidifies everything. And the confidence you get from successful chat, huge motivator.
Absolutely. And you mentioned feedback earlier as a pillar. Week 4 seems like the prime time to really seek it out.
Definitely. You need to know what's working and what still needs polish. Feedback is essential for targeted improvement.
So where can people get reliable feedback? Tutors are great, but maybe not accessible for everyone.
Right. Tutors are ideal for expert feedback. Language partners from exchange apps or meetups offer more casual practice and correction. Even some AI tools and apps can give basic pronunciation feedback now.
Okay. What if you don't have easy access to partners or tutors?
Good question. A fantastic alternative is record yourself speaking. Just use your phone, talk about your day, read something aloud, answer a question, then listen back.
Oh, that sounds revealing. Maybe a little scary.
It can be, but it's incredibly useful. You'll hear things, pauses, pronunciation issues, grammar habits that you don't notice while speaking. It's great for self-correction. Also, join online communities, Discord servers, forums, lots of learners helping each other.
Those are great practical options. Let's do another quick role play. How to ask for feedback effectively. I'll be the learner again.
Okay, go for it.
Hey, thanks for chatting with me. I'm really working on my speaking. Would you mind telling me, like, 1 or 2 things I could maybe focus on improving?
Sure, happy to. Your overall flow is much better. One thing I noticed is sometimes you hesitate a bit on prepositions like in, on, at. Maybe review those, but your vocabulary use was great.
Ah, prepositions.
Yeah.
Okay, that's super helpful. Thanks. I'll work on that.
No problem.
See, asking specifically makes it easier for the other person and gives you concrete things to work on.
Exactly. Feedback is a gift, truly. It accelerates your learning like nothing else.
Yeah.
So, week 4. Get out there, speak with real people, actively ask for feedback, use self-recording, put it all into practice.
Fantastic. Wow. What a journey through those 4 weeks. Incredible structure. But okay, the 30 days are up. You've made amazing progress. What happens next? How do you keep it going?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? Sustainability. Fluency isn't a destination you reach and then stop. It's about integrating English into your life ongoingly.
Making it a habit.
Precisely. Our deep dive offered some great bonus tips for this. First, keep up the consistent exposure. Daily dose of English. Podcasts, movies, articles, whatever you enjoy. Even 10-15 minutes counts. Keep feeding your brain.
Keep the input flowing. Makes sense.
Second, consistent speaking. Keep finding ways to talk. Language partners, clubs, that speaking journal, even talking to yourself. Keep using the language actively.
Practice, practice, practice.
And third, set new goals. Maybe you want to tackle business English, improve your accent on specific sounds, prepare for an interview. Having a new target keeps you moving forward. Fluency is dynamic, a lifelong journey, really.
Continuous improvement. Love it. Okay, let's also touch on common mistakes people make even after the 30 days and how to fix them. Let's unpack those pitfalls.
Yeah, knowing the common traps helps avoid them. We touched on one earlier. Pausing too much due to fear or overthinking. Freezing up.
Right. The fix?
Keep reminding yourself. Communication over perfection. Use simpler words if needed. Rephrase. Just keep the conversation moving. Don't let the perfect be the enemy of the good.
Good advice.
Yeah.
What else?
Another big one. Not practicing speaking enough. Focusing too much on passive learning, like reading or grammar drills, and neglecting the actual skill of speaking.
The performance aspect.
Exactly. The fix is simple but requires discipline. Schedule daily speaking time. Non-negotiable. Even 10 minutes talking to the mirror is better than 0.
Okay. Another mistake.
Memorizing words but not using them. Passive vocabulary that never gets activated.
We talked about this with phrases.
Right. The fix is learn phrases in context and immediately try to use them in your own sentences. Make them active from day one.
And one more. I know nervousness is a big one.
Huge. Nervousness speaking with others. If this is a major block, the fix is to start small. Record yourself first. Get comfortable hearing your own voice speaking English. It builds internal confidence before you face external interactions.
Start safe, then expand. Great tips. And listeners, remember, mistakes, totally normal. Expected, even.
They're signs of learning, signs you're pushing yourself, not failures.
Embrace them as data.
Absolutely. Keep practicing, stay positive, and really, truly celebrate your progress along the way. You can do this. You've got this.
Wow, what an incredibly practical deep dive. It really feels like fluency is achievable with this kind of structured approach over 30 days. The potential transformation is huge.
It absolutely is. It takes effort, no doubt. Consistency is key. But with this kind of focused practice, anyone can make massive strides and unlock their speaking potential.
So as you continue on this journey, remember, every step counts. Every conversation, every phrase learned. Ask yourself, what new door is fluency going to open for you next? Keep pushing, keep learning.